Welcome to Escaping Purgatory, a podcast where we rewatch Supernatural, then talk it through in the hopes we can finally escape this show.
Join us each week, leave comments on upcoming episodes, and together we can escape Supernatural Purgatory. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Having a loony time.
So I haven't watched Looney Tunes in a really long time, and I do want to watch it. Like, is it still good?
So if you go, yes.
Okay.
If you watch the old stuff, because it did like the Looney Tunes show and like kids versions and stuff like that. I don't know. That wasn't as fun.
Yeah.
But some of the older stuff is still
Good.
still pretty peak, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. I'm sounding a little bit off today. You might notice I'm like got my sexy voice on. I'm just ill. Like I don't know how else to say that. Yeah. So yeah, bear with me. Hopefully it'll be better next episode. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I believe it.
Thanks.
I'll start to imitate you somehow. No, I won't do that. That's just rude.
Yeah, so this week, I don't know how to say the name of this episode, and I feel like I should. Hunteri Heroici?
I've always called it Hunteri Heroici, but like, that's probably not right either.
No, I should know, but I don't.
I don't know.
So yeah, season 8, episode 8. I love this episode so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. The one-liners, the second-hand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. I was telling Amy, I didn't even need to like really rewatch this episode because I don't know how many times I've seen this episode. Though I guess I did make an active choice to forget all of the Sam Amelia stuff because I just have no interest in that whatsoever. Because I kind of watching it again today, I was like, well, before recording, I was like, her character makes so much sense with a dad like that.
Yeah.
Her dad is awful.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. I couldn't stand the man. Like, I felt bad for Sam actually at that point because I was just like, oh look, another father figure that you don't know that's like disappointed in you.
Yeah. I listened to some of the commentary, not all of it on this episode, and the only thing that Andrew Dabb had to say, because he wrote this episode, was that it was a struggle to find an actor that was like tall enough to look intimidating next to Jared Padalecki, because this guy's supposed to be like a hard ass, but yeah, he's like, I don't even feel like that's true. I don't think you need to be like taller than someone to. No,
it's all an attitude.
Yeah, and I think this guy is perfectly fine at that, the character that he's playing.
Sorry, that's so funny that they tried to find someone like that because he's really short. Like he's the same height as Amelia, and Amelia's probably like average height as for a woman. So I'm like, you couldn't even find like a taller dude. You just got like a dude.
He was they were saying this because this guy was in Phantom Traveler, right?
Oh, okay.
And they said, this happens a lot in Supernatural because obviously they're in Vancouver. They're like, there are only literally so many actors that are like, good enough to be on like network television. And then that demographic. So like if they're looking for a guy in his 50s, he's like, the pool is limited. So that's kind of why you see these actors come up again. Like that's obvious, but like I've never heard them kind of say it out loud. I thought that was interesting. Because all of Sam's bit, some of the like flashbacks had really dubious starts to them. Like, what is making you flashback here, dude? Like, what is actually happening?
Yeah, maybe it's like the time of the year. There's something going on. I don't know, because I feel like in the background he's still checking up on her.
Yeah.
And like we're just not seeing that on screen. Like he is like seeing what she's up to.
And we kind of get an answer in this. I forgot about her like non-dead husband. Because I didn't care. I forgot we had like a reason why he felt okay leaving. So I'm kind of glad we got that hint. But oh my god, I don't care about their storyline so hard. I was just like, can you get back to the Looney Tunes stuff, please? I want to see how Dean and Cass are fighting. Like,
Oh, but there was a moment when like Dean got up from the chair and like slammed the laptop and just marched over with his naked arms. And he's like, talk to me. I'm like, okay. Well, how much do you want to know? Because I will tell you everything.
I did notice in this episode, because this is part of this, that I think Dean only is really like ribs Cass when Sam is around. And I was just like, I really noticed it this episode of like, oh yeah, when they're actually together by themselves, like he's quite nice to Cass. And then as soon as Sam's there, it's like he's playing a character of like, no, I've got to be mean to this dorky little dude. Yeah. That means
it's
nothing,
like,
I'm sure.
Sam knows that you care for him.
Yeah, he knows.
So much.
This is such a good Destia episode. So many screen caps, GIFs have been made for the episode of like them together, and there's this yes, this is some of Misha's finest acting as well.
Of course.
It's so good.
It is very, very good. And I also feel like this is the episode that like the respect for Sam starts to come a bit more for Cass as well. Like his whole speech that he gives, that you can't run away from your problems.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, Sam actually has like experiences outside of Dean, that he's his own person. So maybe we can form a friendship or a connection in some kind of way that's outside of him just being Dean's brother. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I really, really, really love this episode. And I think because I was watching season 8 as it was like coming out, I'm sure I was. And I think
pretty sure too
that in the fandom, this was the episode that like, oh, this is gonna be a Destiel season. Like the boys are back.
I can see that.
They are fighting kind of. But they're like, it's super cute about it. I don't know. I love it. The director on this episode, who was the director? Paul Edwards. I want him to direct every episode of Supernatural. I loved the direction in this. The lighting. Yeah. Everything. I loved it.
It was very, very good.
Yeah. It just looked really nice. I liked it a lot. So, yeah. Nothing bad to say about this at all. That's it. End of podcast.
No. Yep. That's it. That's all you get. Because, I mean, this wasn't even a filler episode. No. Not really.
Well, again, this is where the commentary comes in handy. Because Andrew Dabb gave a little like insight. We've always kind of wondered, and I'm sure again they have said this, but we weren't listening, about like who writes what. And it's like at the start of the season, they're kind of saying like, oh, you're going to write episode 8, you're going to write episode 9, blah, blah, blah. So he always knew he had to like do this episode in episode 8. And then I had to kind of have like both things in of like, it's kind of a filler kind of exposition for the rest of the season. Because I do think this is a filler episode, but I think it's done well enough that it doesn't feel like a filler episode.
But there's, I mean, if you care about Sam, this is important as to why his relationship failed. Yeah. And then there's also the stuff with Naomi and like Heaven, what's going on over there. So, I mean, it's definitely it definitely leans towards more of the filler episode where it has a purpose versus like Heartache, which had no purpose.
I mean, yeah, like you could, yeah, you're right. Like they could have put those snippets with Naomi and Sam though in any other storyline. That's kind of where I was leaning with the like, I think it's filler, but like I do, as much as it pains me to admit it, I do think Andrew Dabb is good at that. So
yeah, Because like where are we in terms of the general story? Because we also get like a little bit of snippet at the very beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
With Sam talking to Linda, with Garth and Kevin.
Yeah.
So like the tablet is split in two. So they have to find Crowley to find the other half of the tablet. Well, they're never going to do that like so quickly.
Yeah.
So they're developing Cass's and Sam's storyline now. Yeah. I guess.
Essentially, they're doing the B plot. Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, do you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into this B plot episode. Let's do it. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Yes. Yes.
I only wrote one thing before we start the recap, because I know you do the recap. And I wrote one thing for it. Don't you think, I'm going to say it at the end, I'll say it now. Don't you think that this recap was very much presenting Sam and Amelia, that's her name, right? Yep. I'm right this time. And Dean and Cass.
Yep.
Thanks.
As soon as you decided to say that, yeah.
It's not just me.
So I was bad. I was bad. At the end of the last episode, I got so confused at where the Amelia and Sam storyline went that I did look up what happened. So with that context, looking at this recap, I was like, oh yeah, they're doing the exact, like they're doing a direct parallel.
Oh yeah.
With now we know now that Don didn't die.
Yeah.
At the end of this episode, I don't feel so bad that like at the end of last episode I looked up because he got the answer like basically this episode. Because like Sam lost Dean in about the same time that she lost Don.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like then Dean comes back and Dean's all like messed up, same kind of way that Sam was all messed up. And then Amelia, like another love interest of Amelia comes up. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like, okay. And she gets all happy again. So Sam's really the third wheel in all of this.
In everyone's relationship, Sam's a third wheel. Yeah. Sorry, Sam.
So, yeah. I was just like, oh.
Yep.
Yes. The parallels are there. It
doesn't belong anywhere, I feel. No, that's mean, I know, but like also that's how Sam feels, so it's true.
That's true. So we do get at the beginning of this, like you were saying, there's some Sam and Amelia stuff where they finally started their relationship. And then we see Dean seeing Cass at the side of the road. And then in the mirror, and like how Cass described how he needed to pay penance for his actions and how he got out of purgatory, like how he didn't remember. And then we get Naomi's intro and saying that Cass will be reporting back to her, but we'll never know that that's happening. Yeah. And that's it. That's literally the recap. The recap is so short.
It was. Yeah. It was like, yeah, this is the two relationships in the show. This is what we're doing now. Love it. Yep. Love it for them. Yep.
So I guess we're also going to start establishing what heaven looks like now and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it makes sense.
I love it.
That they're putting aside some of the stuff. Yeah.
It's very like trendy to do just like a really plain white heaven glowy. I don't know.
It's also very easy to do.
And that, yeah. I feel like Bruce Almighty started it. And then,
oh, you know what? You're probably right. Yeah.
This is so, what a reference. I watched that film in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are in a park in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Yes.
And there's a guy who's sitting at a bench and he looks down at his wedding ring and he then sends a message. And then this woman walks over and like calls out his name. And it seems like it's all an illicit affair and what are they doing?
Yeah.
Because even he says, it's like, Olivia, after last time, I didn't think you would come. Like, you found out about my wife.
Yeah, well.
Not that he's hiding it because he's got a wedding ring, but whatever.
Fine. This guy.
Yeah. But they seem to, like, get over that. And then you suddenly hear this, like, louder heartbeat sound. And Olivia asks, do you hear that? And he's like, what? And then he kind of clutches his heart, like, what's going on? He does that whole, like, pull your shirt open to see what's going on the surface of your skin.
Yeah, fine, okay. All right. You dude.
And you see, like, the outline of a heart, like, beating on his chest. Visual effects guy could have done that better. Come on. Like, it was better in The Mask.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Was,
they had a bigger budget.
Stylish.
They had a bigger budget.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
True. What I thought was really funny about this, I don't know if they, like, had the blood splatter, so his heart eventually explodes. Yeah. I don't know if they had that on, like, a delay, because Olivia is, like, got her hands over her ears already screaming as if, like, the heartbeat is really loud, but, like, it's really not. And I was just like, what is this particular direction? I don't quite get this. Like, it was very B-movie horror screaming.
I loved it.
Because I feel like you would, I don't know, cover your face more, because I'm, like, seeing a literal beating heart.
Yeah.
In a heart shape too.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't think I'd be, like, covering my ears.
Yeah, I think she was definitely total. I don't know. Like, it's a lot of blood though. Like that blood splatter was a big one. Yeah.
And it was chunky too.
It was chunky. Why was it chunky?
Because bits of your skin, like, literally the chest, like.
Blech.
So, like, I get the chunkiness. I just the like handshaking by your head felt like it needed to be after you got splattered with blood.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, they definitely told her they would edit it so it didn't look like she was doing it before she got splattered with blood, and then didn't.
Yeah, they absolutely didn't. Maybe they only had one take with her. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did.
Mm-hmm.
He was very dead. So Sam, Dean, and Cass are outside a gas and sip after the title card, and I don't know. I love this so much. I just want it as, like, a painting in my house of, like, them together and then, like, Cass leaning against the Impala. Like, he's just so at home there. I want them to just stay together forever. Why don't they stay together forever?
Because it would be too easy.
Yeah.
You could just sniff them and, like, find out what's wrong with them.
This is actually, Andrew Dabb did say this. He was like, it's really hard to write an episode, like a normal monster episode with Cass in, because he's so overpowered that it needs to be, like, a mystery for him to solve, rather than just a straight up, like, well, I'll just zap it with my powers, which is why Cass isn't in more Supernatural episodes. But that doesn't explain why he's not in more once they, like, depower him. That's my opinion on this, to be honest. When you had the seasons, Dab, where was Cass? Where was he?
Where was Cass?
Where was my boy?
That's the permanent question of Supernatural. Where was Cass?
Where is Cass? So, like, in here it makes sense because, yeah, fine, he's too powerful to live. But fine. So yeah, Sam's on the phone talking to Linda Tran. He seems annoyed with her.
He does. Yeah.
Because I think she's wrung him, right? Wanting something like help. Because he's like, yeah, fine. Very important to something that happens later on. We see Dean take a top off a bottle in a certain way that he does, where he just, like, flips it off. And Sam hands over the phone to Dean.
Hey, you know what? Dean's here. He really wants to talk to you.
Miss Tran, yeah, hi. Tunnel.
So rude, man. Teenage boy behavior.
Yeah.
And he says, what's going on in Tranland? I don't think you can get away with saying.
We'll hit the last name, you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's a play on
I
that.
know. Everybody knows that. It's all good. Sam explains that Garth got them to his houseboat. Kevin's having a trouble reading, like, half of a tablet. But hasn't found anything. Dean expresses amazement that Garth has a houseboat. Why would you think he lived anywhere else? To be fair, if I was Dean, I would think RV, like 100%. He probably has an RV too, I feel.
But he has such a southern accent that, like, yeah, he lives on a swamp. Of course he lives on a swamp.
Like, it's Garth. Why are you surprised about anything he does?
Yeah.
Because even Sam says, I don't ask questions anymore. And I'm like, yeah, Sam, you are getting with the program. You need to get with it too.
Yep.
So, Sam takes the gas pump out, and does the whole thing. Dean walks over to Cass and says,
What's the word, Cass?
It's a shortened version of my name.
classic. Love that for him.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
And Dean's like, yeah, it is, but what I meant is, what's the word on the word? Any tablet chatter on Angel Radio. Cass says he turned it off, explains that, it's blocking out subsonic frequencies and that he could draw him a diagram. I love this kind of deadpan Cass because I feel like he is just, in fact, messing with Dean. I think part of it is an act. I do.
You think so?
I do.
Or maybe. Yeah, maybe. I can see that.
Yeah. Because I do think he knows more of what's going on than he makes out. I think he enjoys Dean mansplaining things to him. I do.
Just keep talking.
It's just a kink of his, yeah. Oh yeah. Explain what the Looney Tunes are to me again, Dean.
Yeah.
Cass explains that it's a direct link to heaven and he doesn't want anything to do with heaven anymore. Dean's like, okay, what now? Move to Vermont, open up a charming B&B. And Cass says, no, I still want to help people. So I'm going to become a hunter.
The little smile that he does is so cute. He looks so human in that moment too.
I feel like Dean's face kind of drops a bit when he says that. And Sam comes over. And Cass says,
I could be your third wheel.
You know that's not a good thing, right?
Of course it is. A third wheel adds extra grip, greater stability.
he's so right.
But it also doesn't. A Royal Reliant, we're known for flipping over, and that's a 3-wheeled car.
I've been in one of those little Robin rides, yeah.
Robin Reliant, yeah.
I don't think they've ever flipped. I never see.
Yeah, they flipped all the time.
They do feel really close to the ground. You do feel there's just a bit of plywood between you and the road when you're in one. Yeah.
I mean, I guess in relation to a bike, fine, but
yeah,
I would take a car over a Robin Reliant.
They're great. Anyway, Cass has found a case. It's in Oklahoma City. It's the guy whose heart jumped out of his chest 10 feet. He says, that sounds like our kind of thing. Oh, he says, our kind of thing.
No.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Sam agrees with him. Cass is excellent and taps the car. Whoa. Taking real liberties there. He's very comfortable with that Impala is what I'm saying. Dean says, wait, Cass, because Cass is going to fly off. If you want to play cowboys and bloodsuckers, that's fine. But you're going to stick with us, okay? None of this zapping around crap. Capiche? Cass says, yeah, capiche. I really appreciate Dean asking for what he wants. Because from this kind of point on, after losing Cass in Purgatory and him coming back, is really when we start to get that dynamic between them where Cass is stay. No, wrong way around. Dean is stay, and Cass is no.
Yeah.
I can't stay. I'm too much of an angel for this relationship.
Situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cash capishes, and he says, "Can I at least ride in the front seat?" Sam and Dean say no, exactly at the same time as they get in.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cass is in the back. I love it. I love them being together. Just, it makes me so happy in my heart. This is how it should always be.
It should always be like this. Absolutely. But big no-no that happens in this.
What?
So the beginning of this, right? Dean opens a beer. He sits into his car with the beer in his hand, undrank. So he's literally going to be drinking and driving on the road.
My guy. No. We know yeah.
I was like, I once you said that it was for a specific reason, it clicks that that's the flashback of it all. But I was just like, what are you doing? I was going to go back and look to make sure it wasn't beer, and like maybe it was like, I don't know, some sort of malt.
Yeah.
Like a non-alcoholic beverage. But I think it was actually beer, and like he's just, because he literally has it in one hand and opens the door. You can't have an open container.
I'm surprised they
Like, it's a
got
big
that
no-no.
through standards. Like,
I mean, it's so subtle though.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know that they're
like,
into everything.
that's true. That's true.
So they go to the morgue, and again, like Sam and Dean dressed as FBI agents, which is Cass in his like regular clothes, sends me every time, because I know he's just dressed like an FBI agent, but he looks so crumpled. I don't know. It's just he looks out of place next to them, and I love it. Also, why would you have 3 FBI agents? Everyone knows they come in pairs. It's
Right. He's trainee.
So there's a detective. We see this detective multiple times in this episode. She is so close to retirement, like she can taste it. You know?
Right. It does feel like that. It really does feel like that.
She's done. There's some weird stuff that happens in this episode, and every single time she's just unflappable. Like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, we call this guy the hole or whatever it was.
The black hole robber or whatever, yeah.
Because he climbs through a hole, and I was like, what? This is normal to you? What is your job like? Like, what? Anyway, she's great. I love her. She's just like...
Coroner said his heart was ejected from his body. Got some air too, found it in the sandbox.
It's completely straight-faced. I love her.
Yeah.
She'd make a great hunter. They should have recruited her.
She would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like her and Jodie would have gotten so well.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see more of this detective. I love her. Mm-hmm. So they're asking what happened, and she was like, I don't know, drugs. Just like a lot of drugs.
Ass load of drugs.
Yeah. Cass says, not very quietly, there are no narcotics in that man's system. His molecules are all wrong. And she doesn't think it's drugs at all. And she shows them she takes a sheet off the guy, and there's literally just like a hole in his heart, like heart cavity shaped like a cartoon heart. Which honestly, great. And Sam's like, wow. The detective explains that the woman Olivia called it in, and her phone suddenly rings. She's like, I gotta go. Like, that's fine. Here's everything, and she just hands him a file. It's like, bye, see ya. Yeah. Dean says to her if she leaves, like, if you see anything weird, like, give us a call. And she says, whatever you say, Scully.
Like, already clocking it.
Yeah. We had this whole debate about who was Mulder, who was Scully. And you know what? I cannot remember the outcome of that.
No, neither can
I know. I cast my mind back. I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
I mean, here's your answer. Oh, here's the right Dab's conclusion.
Yeah. I think you're right. Maybe that's where we got to.
Yeah.
Her name is Detective Glass. I love the surname Glass. I don't know why. I just
That's
really like
cool.
it. Yeah. Sam flips through the file, and Cass is doing his like best impression of a hunter.
Yes.
He's like, I can't sense any EMF or sulfur. His arterial health is excellent, despite not having a heart, which I thought was quite a funny thing.
Yeah.
He sniffs the corpse and says, he did recently suffer from a mild, what is that? Like a bladder infection? And Dean just says, stop smelling the dead guy. Like, stop. Cass is like, what? Why? I know everything now. Like, I just, the sniffer was it. And Sam is the smuggest man on earth. Because he said, do you know he was having an affair? And Dean is fully on his way. It's like, haha, strike one, Sherlock. So Olivia would meet him at the park every Thursday, would walk to the diner where she always ordered a Caesar salad. They'd chat about everything. Then she'd be back on the road. And it was all very precise. It's like times and stuff.
Yeah.
And Cass is like, well, why is she not telling the truth? And Dean explains it's like too much detail. It's too rehearsed. But why is this? Why is it too rehearsed? Because like the affair is legit. Like she's there. It's fine.
Yeah, I maybe
her other half doesn't know.
was gonna say maybe it's more of like she didn't want to tell the detectives that she was having an affair.
Oh yeah, okay, fine.
Like they still want to keep that part like out of the
Yeah.
known whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because like not everyone's very accepting of like open relationships, etc.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, the Moonlight Diner has a Moonlight Motel, and Dean clocks that he's married from his wedding ring. So he parks his car somewhere else, meets her there. Dean explains that his wife probably found out and it broke her heart. And Sam says, so she breaks his. Sounds witchy. I like they're like doing a bit, but for who? But now it's for Cass. Like, I kind of love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dean says, yeah, you know, guy was living a lie and it came back to bite him in the ticker, but nice job on the bladder infection. Again, Andrew Dabb said that last bit was ad-libbed, which I just like, it was quite good. Yeah. Apparently there's quite a lot of ad-libbing in this episode.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because it's kind of a fun one, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I guess this is where like a guy living a lie is supposed to imply that Sam's living with Amelia via a lie.
This is what I mean about the flashbacks. What triggered this flashback? Because actually, the last thing that Dean said was bladder infection. And then,
you know that spaghetti with hot dogs.
Oh, it had nothing else on it. It's so wrong.
Like you don't need to keep certain traditions or like upgrade them.
Yeah. Right. Add something.
Yeah.
There was nothing. It wasn't even seasoned. I bet there wasn't even salt in there.
It was probably just butter and.
I don't think there was butter.
Because it looked, honestly. I mean, obviously this is like stage food.
Yeah.
But it looked like she like previously made. I don't know if you've ever done this.
I have not.
But
I can tell you now.
sometimes when we had made spaghetti as kids,
Yeah.
like instead of microwaving it, my mum would put it in like a saucepan and put butter on it and then cook it like that. But basically, it was frying it.
Yeah. Okay. That
So,
sounds
like,
all right.
It looked like fried spaghetti.
Oh yeah. No.
That's what it looked like to me.
No thanks. Like I don't know. I don't really like pasta the next day. I eat macaroni cheese the next day because I feel like the cheese to pasta ratio is so high that it's fine.
It's basically cheese.
That's the way I make it. But like, yeah. Okay. No, but yeah, you're right. It looked gross. And you're probably also right in that like, oh yeah, the guy was living a lie. And that's the flashback situation, not the bladder infection. But that's how I read it when I watched this episode.
I mean, that's fair. And like the spaghetti thing doesn't even happen here, but yeah, no.
It's fine. The spaghetti is very vital to the story. So Sam has a flashback. I don't even want to call it a flashback. It's like too boring to be a flashback.
Yes.
Of like
Exposition dump.
Yeah. So this was a funny tidbit though, from the commentary. Again, I did my homework this week, guys. He takes out an album that says Amelia and Don Forever. At this point, Andrew Dabb injected, and he doesn't open it because we hadn't cast Don yet. Which I thought was really funny.
That's funny.
It did make me giggle.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah. Amelia comes in, and someone's arriving by 5:00. She's freaking out. Sam goes to calm her down. She's still freaking out. She's like, it's you, this house, like he's gonna think we're moving too fast. Are we moving too fast? And Sam just says they're making up for lost time. I don't think there's anything wrong with moving too fast. I will say this. Like, as long as it's not like life-altering decisions.
The thing is also, they are not kids.
No.
They're like late 20s, maybe even early 30s. I feel like, well, it's not great. It's also, you're not talking about, like I said, 18-year-olds doing this.
Like,
so
I know people in their 30s who are like, I want to meet someone and get married within like the next year or two. And I'm like, fine, if that's what you both want. Because like, yeah, you're in your 30s now. You got it together. If someone who was like 20 was saying that to me, I'd be like, whoa. Don't do that.
You don't know. Yeah.
Don't do that. It does make a difference, like the stage in your life. And I think like, Sam's been through enough, and I think so has Amelia. Like, she's been married previously. I feel like she knows what's up.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. And it's not like they're having like a kid. They have a dog, but like, you know, other things.
Right, they're not talking about marriage.
No.
They're not talking about having kids. It's literally like it sounds like this house is in her name. And like he's living there.
Yeah. I think it's fine. I think it's great. She's schooling him. She says, don't talk politics. Don't say anything bad about the Cowboys. Don't use the words moist or irregardless. Is irregardless a word?
Nope.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And Sam's like, haha, there goes my opener. So smooth. And it's her dad at the door. We immediately get like the idea that he's a stern guy. Just from the way he's dressed, I feel. I don't know. There's something about like a checked shirt.
To me, it was like his instant dismissal of a giant next to you.
Yeah, and that. You're so right. He walks in and there's like, Sam could just like not be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That takes dedication to ignore somebody who's that big.
I thought he had like Samuel Campbell vibes.
Yeah.
So there's this whole bit where he's like, who's this handsome fella? And he's like talking to the dog, and I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah.
Amelia introduces Sam to Stan. I'm not saying both their names. I can't differentiate between Sam and Stan appropriately for audio media.
Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson. Amelia's dad. That's what he's going to be called. They shake hands. Sam is self-deprecating. Stan is mean. He's like, this is a nice place. Lawn could use a mow. And I hate this kind of passive-aggressive bullshit.
Oh, so irritated. Yeah. Like, there's no reason for you to be this hostile immediately. Like, you have to earn that attitude, and you, sir, have not earned this attitude with Sam.
No. I just hate any kind of snide remark about my house, like I should be doing something more. Like, leave it.
Yeah. You don't know what's going on?
Yeah. Maybe I like more lawn like that because I like biodiversity, actually.
Exactly. I'm going to leave the leaves.
Yeah. Exactly.
Rude.
Amelia is like trying so hard.
Yeah.
She's like, Sam found it. Like, and you know, he's had to move this in by himself pretty much. And Stan says, job almost well done. I hate him so much. It's like, argh.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, there's this back and forth of like him just being mean. He does talk about the fact that Sam went to Stanford, but then like kind of craps on him by saying that, you know, works in a motel, and this guy expects him to be like an accountant, and obviously he's doing maintenance. But it's like, fine, he has a job though, my guy.
He has a job.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, like, we need more maintenance guys than we need accountants.
Yeah, we do. Like, for sure. AI's coming for that job. Just saying. They're not coming for maintenance guys.
No, exactly. Yeah. And like, I don't like it. And you're a military guy. Like, you get shit on all the time too.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did not like him at all.
No, he calls Sam a fixer-upper, which is like fair.
Yeah.
Because like, he has been through a lot. Maybe this is part of the hostility, is like the fact that he can tell that Sam is in some way just like a little bit broken. And that sounds awful, because like that shouldn't be any kind of requisite, like, you know. But he's clearly been through some stuff. Mm. And this guy can't get a gauge on what that stuff is because, hey, it's supernatural. But like,
right,
he thinks his daughter deserves better. But what actually they're very, you know, they are supposed to be quite good for each other because of that fact, right? They're both going through some stuff and helping each other through it. And I think that's quite nice.
Yeah. Like, how as a father, you're not being like, oh, I'm so glad that you have moved out of the motel.
Yeah. Or that, you know, you're like, moving on from your supposedly dead husband.
Yeah. Like, I know he makes a reference of like, you should come home, but like, no, she doesn't have to do anything. Like, just because you're a single dad and you want your daughter near you, like, no.
It's cool, actually. again, like, the job of parents is to raise independent people who are able to live apart from them and live their own lives, you know, and that's the job. So people need to get with it.
Exactly.
So the flashback ends on Sam looking like, oh no, he's just like my dad.
Yeah, right. What have I done to disappoint him?
Yeah. I mean, they both come from military families, right? So it wouldn't be surprised. Like, John and Stan would just, like, they'd get on, but they'd, like, hate each other, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd go fishing together and, like, not talk to each other the whole time and then say they had a really good time.
Basically, yeah. And, like, bitch about each other behind each other's backs.
Yeah. And complain about their kids.
Yeah.
So back to the case. The Impala is outside a house. We're coming in, like, mid-sentence of them talking to this guy's wife, right?
Yes.
She's questioning why the FBI is there, and Dean says that parks are government property, so they fine, whatever. Cass, like, leans over to Dean and Sam, and this didn't read as this. Andrew Dabb did not, he acknowledged that he didn't do a good job here. He's supposed to be doing like a Columbo bit, and I've never got that until he actually said it out loud.
No.
And I was like,
because Columbo doesn't really do that.
No, like,
he doesn't raise his voice in that way.
no. They should have, like, if they wanted it to be like a joke, they should have got someone to call him Columbo in this scene, and they didn't. So
Yeah.
because Cass is like, I've done research, I can crack her. And he just, like, saunters over to this woman.
But I do have just one question for you. Why did you kill your husband?
And Dean's just like, nope. And kind of grabs
We're
her.
gonna X out that one.
He says, well, I was being bad cop. Dean says, no, you're being bad everything. Sam explains this away by saying that he's going through some stuff. Which, like, yeah, who isn't? And Dean's to Cass, like, listen to Sam, you know, if you want to learn, you got to learn the puppy eyes.
You've got the big blues.
Oh yeah, you
Use
totally
them.
could use them. Oh, we should have seen him try to use his puppy eyes, because I think it would have been super funny.
So funny.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of does with what's her name?
That's true.
Shirley is her name, I think.
Remember, we'll find out in a minute. But yeah, he does kind of learn from this and Sam on how to do this. So Sam asks the actual question of, like, if Gary had any secrets. But then there's, like, a knock on the door and Olivia walks in, and the two women console each other while they, you know, the three men look on. And Cass eventually says, like, this is awkward. And, like, Gary, who's the guy, his wife, she doesn't have a first name.
Her name's Deb.
Oh, it is Deb. You're right. She does have a first name. Thank you.
Yeah.
It says, like, what do you think Gary was hiding? And Cass says that he was sleeping with her. And they know, like, they have an open marriage. And she was seeing their neighbor PJ, which, like, so they kind of, like, both leave the room after dropping this.
So that, right, the men can process
Yeah,
what they've just heard.
exactly.
It's so funny.
So Dean says friggin' suburbs, man. Cass explains she's not a witch. And Dean says, no, just the best wife ever. Cass says,
The thing is, Dean would never
I was thinking
open up
this.
his relationship.
yeah, he is a monogamous man. Like,
Yeah.
he couldn't. No. Like, can you even imagine? I can't even imagine. No. Like, you know, every, like, girlfriend he's had, he'd locked that down. Like, that is, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even looking at anybody else because it would be the ultimate betrayal of his family or something. I don't know.
Right. Like, for all intents and purposes, Dean has a very traditional view on, like, family.
He does, yeah.
So, yeah, no.
For sure. Cass says, then what killed her husband? And Dean said, who gives a? And then it, like, we changed scenes before he can swear. Also ad-libbed, apparently, which I loved. And that, yeah. So they cut dramatically as a car horn goes burp, and we're at the top of a building. There's a man stood there about to jump off, and he does so, but instead of falling, he kind of just stands in midair, and he's like, "I'm saved! It's a miracle!" And then when he looks down, he falls like a cartoon character and dies. So, yeah.
What was really funny about this is that obviously he's not really there. He's superimposed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're very limited in when they can do this shot because they're in a city.
Yeah.
But if you look at the roof that's like lower down and like a bit behind, you can just see that there's a maintenance guy who's just like walking around doing his job, like not even paying attention that there's a guy hovering in the air.
That's really funny. Because
I got so distracted by that.
yeah, because later on they're like, "Oh yeah, there were witnesses," and I'm like, "Who? Who?"
People, we never saw the witnesses.
No. Yeah, they said this was the hardest visual effect to do. I was like, "Okay, guys."
Yeah, you can see because like when he looks down, like you can tell he's like stood on something. It was weird.
It was weird. But kudos to them.
The thing
sorry.
that I feel like could have decided to do is go like style over realism, and they just didn't. I think like made it more cartoony, and it could have been forgiven.
What was nice about it was like listening to them talk was that they were like, "Oh, we wanted to do like an animation episode," and they talked about the fact that they'd like to incorporate like scenes from the anime, you know, stuff like that. And they never really got to it. And I'm thinking, you guys get to do Scooby Natural like in a few seasons.
Yeah.
That was nice to like think about that. Like, yeah, you do get to do it though. So
I didn't know until very, very recently because there's 3 members of Supernatural that are in a show together. Alex Cross, that Matthew Willard was Shaggy.
Yeah.
In that
he
actual
actually
episode.
was. Yeah. I know. Yeah,
So I was like,
I watched that same clip. I think of them talking together. But yeah, he was. Which was really cool because it was like, oh yeah, who was in Supernatural? So basically everyone.
Yeah, right. So many people.
Yeah.
I do love finding those compilations of like, who were they in Supernatural? Because like Sterling Brown, I don't know if he was like super famous before Supernatural,
really.
but like afterwards,
Yeah,
he was super famous.
I know. I think he's probably the most famous actor to come out of Supernatural. Like, well, like Supernatural alumni.
Yes and no. The girl, Novak, like Clara Novak. She is now in a new horror movie that's coming out. She's been in a lot of stuff. Like she was in the Frankenstein movie, like not the Guillermo del Toro one, but the like.
Oh, the other one that's come out. The Bride?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago.
No,
not The Bride. I can't remember what it was called. But she basically was in, like she reanimated Frankenstein herself, cool. And she's like a weird kid.
Yeah.
But she's been the main character, and she was in like a Freaky Friday, but like reversed with a serial killer man.
Yeah.
As well. She's been in a lot.
That is cool.
She's like super famous now.
That's really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's nice to see. It's nice when I see an actor from Supernatural. I'm like,
yeah,
I know you. It's nice. Yeah.
So after we cut back and Sam is looking over the edge of the building, and he says it looks like suicide, and the Detective Glass is like, yeah, it was. The guy even left a note. I do like that they keep dropping these little nuggets of information because she says he invested everything in Roman Industries and it lost it all when they crashed and burned last year. I do love these little bits of it, but I just wish there was more of an impact on the world that we would see.
I agree.
Beyond like the subtleties of it all, because like the comment that I made about being at a farmer's market because produce is like dodgy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see more of that, like a little bit more of that.
Yeah, like just a little bit more. It would be great. I just want us to do some more world building because like the show went on for so long that they could have done it. You know, I feel that's the thing that annoys me. It's like you could have.
So Dina's asking like, why is this weird? And detective says,
because I have 2 witnesses who swear that Madoff here floated in midair for a good 10 seconds. Then he looked down and splat. Not sure I buy that, but the way they're talking, sounds like something straight out of a...
Or 2.
and she gets pulled away for something else. They're discussing what this all could be. Dean says she's right, the whole heart jumping out of a chest, the delayed fall that sounds straight out of Bugs Bunny. And Castor says, so we're looking at some sort of insect rabbit hybrid. How do we kill it? Like, that year that he spent secretly spying on them is coming into play.
Yeah. Man.
And Sam's like, no, we don't. It's like a character, like Woody Woodpecker, Daffy Duck. Like, can you imagine saying that? Like, if you don't get the reference of Bugs Bunny and then somebody tells you Woody Woodpecker or Daffy Duck, that doesn't help.
No, that doesn't help. Like, sometimes when you talk to kids, like, I'm not saying Cass is a child, but like, you say something to them and you're like, wait, they have no frame of reference for this.
No frame of reference.
I was watching like Toy Story with a child, and the Toy Story 2, and they're doing the whole like Star Wars bit, and I'm like, they don't get it because they haven't watched Star Wars.
No, not yet. And now you've just given it away.
It's fine because they haven't watched Star Wars. They're never going to put two and two together.
That's very, very true. Yeah. Yeah. So Dean explains that they're animated movies. Are they movies? I don't know, because they're like shorts, really. Well, just like 20 minutes. I don't know. Yeah. The coyote chases a roadrunner, and then the anvil gets dropped on his head, and like Dean is like laughing at this, and like I think the reason why this episode is so good is that like cartoons are universal, especially these older ones, because nobody spoke. Like, I watched a lot of these when I was in France. Yeah. So, because it was the only thing that we could watch that we would understand.
It's why like Mr. Bean is universal and like really loved in like places like China, because he doesn't speak. He's just funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's visual gags.
Yeah.
Over. He holds up signs every so often, but like you can still get the context of what the sign means. And
it's the same sign, like they use Acme or whatever it is. Or Ace. Yeah. Like it's really good. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And Castor says, "Is that supposed to be funny?" And Dean's like, "No, it's hilarious." So then we cut to a motel room and it's now nighttime. So Cass has done his research by watching every single cartoon that's ever been available.
Yeah. Love him.
And Cass starts laughing. It's like,
I understand. The bird represents God, and Coyote is man, endlessly chasing the divine, yet never able to catch him. It's hilarious.
It's just like, no, that sounds like somebody who's been in religion for way too long, who just can't enjoy something simple.
No. Oh no, he's so...
who has to find a deeper meaning.
Yeah, he's so in it, guys. He's us.
He is.
He's us. Yeah. Can't enjoy things anymore.
Mm-hmm. And while Cass has been watching cartoons because they didn't want him researching, because he was probably just saying stuff, and they're like, Cass, watch TV. Like, we don't want to hear from you right now.
He definitely types with like two fingers too,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The finger pecking. Yeah. Kind of like Dean did at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they've got nothing. They don't. It could be a tulpa. It could be some crazy god that's watched too much Robot Chicken. What's the link between Heartbreak Hotel and Free Fallin'? 2 movies, I'm guessing. I don't know. So Dean's like, right, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And he's like, so Cass, are you going to get a room or what? He's like, and Cass says, no, I'll stay here. He's like, okay, well, we'll have a slumber party. We'll braid Sam's hair. And he asks, where are you going to sleep? He's like, well, I don't sleep. Dean needs 4 hours. Like, no, you need more than 4 hours, mate. Like, I love that Cass has just like got on his like, I think it's Dean's like Dean's wash bag.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and he's just going through it. Like, he pulls out his toothbrush and toothpaste. I would be livid. Yeah. I'm just saying that if someone just randomly took out my toothbrush, like, that's gonna go in my mouth. Don't be touching that.
This was all Misha too. This wasn't like scripted. No, it wasn't. I swear. Like, that's what they said. Like, they're like,
that's so wild.
Like, I don't know why he's going through his wash bag here. Like,
So in Castor says, I'll watch over you. It's fine. And he's like, no, that's not going to happen. As Cass like puts the wash bag down, he stands up and he like touches the side of his head. And like he hears the police band radio. And Sam's like, wait, you can hear that? It's like, oh yeah, it's waves, man. It's just waves. And he says, there's a bank robber. A bank has been robbed. It sounds loony. And Dean asks, define loony. Yeah. And we cut to the bank, and there's a 1-ton anvil, like in the middle of the bank, and it's got some squished bloody mass around it.
Yup. Gross. Oh, when he picked. Oh, no. Yeah, fine.
I know, the sounds and stuff. Yeah. And Sam says, that's loony, all right. Detective Glass comes over and is like, oh, I was just about to call you. Like, and she says, I gotta ask, do you guys chase the crazy or does the crazy chase you? And it's like, that's the story of Supernatural.
Yep.
So the guy was a security guard. He was reporting in the robbery, and like before they could get there, he was gone. And she's like, yeah, like the black hole robber. He was trying to open a safety deposit box. When she calls him a rent-a-cop. And it's like, that's kind of mean.
Wish, man.
Yeah, like show some respect.
Yeah.
Come on. And she explains who they refer to as a black hole robber. Somebody who's a pro, doesn't leave fingertips, no forced entry, but it's just all of these like black holes on the wall. Sam asks for those files, and she's like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you're right. She's like 2 days from retirement.
Yeah, she's so done. She's checked out.
She's like, don't get off my nose. I'm headed to the station if you want to ride. So as they leave, Dean says to Cass, can you lift that? And the way that like Cass looks of like, what you talking about? Of course I can lift it. Like, I don't know. There's something about that look that was just like overconfidence much.
The swag. The swag. Swagger. Swaggeroni. I roll. Great. Yeah.
Cass just moves out of the way, and there's an X. And the X marks the spot. And like it's cartoon rules.
Yes.
Dean explains what those cartoon rules are. If you draw a black hole in the wall, you can draw right through it, and they go up to one of the holes, but like you can't go through it. It's now solid. So then we're back at the motel, and it's just Dean and Cass, and Cass is going through John's journal, and he just says, your father, beautiful handwriting. And like, Dean's like, how are you feeling, Cass? What's going on over there in your little world? He's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And Dean's trying to explain, like, coming out of purgatory, I kind of had to get a while to get my sea legs. I thought Cass was going to make some sort of reference to sea legs of being like not a real thing, but he doesn't. He just still says, I'm fine. Dean then says, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that you're back. I'm just, I'm freaking thrilled. But this whole like mystery resurrection thing, always has a downside. And Cass is kind of irritated. Like, so like, what do you want me to do?
Maybe take a trip upstairs.
To heaven?
Yeah, poke around, see if the God Squad can't tell us how you got out.
No.
Look, man, I hate those flying ass monkeys just as much as you do, but...
Dean, I said no.
This is like the second time he's done something like this. Putting those boundaries down.
Yeah, it's good. Well done, Cass.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he gives in all the time,
like,
so they don't really
immediately.
Last. But yeah. He just goes to heaven by no fault of his own, so that's fine. But and this is where I was talking about how he closes the laptop, walks over, sits on the other bed, and is like, talk to me. Oh, yes.
I love their whole thing that they have going on. I don't know. He's so mean. Like, he's so mean to him in public. Just like constantly like ribbing at him, like pulling braids in a playground. And then like once it's serious, he's like, I'm here for you, Cass. Like, oh,
let me look you in your face and tell you that I love you.
I mean,
no, but not in those words.
No, only with the eyes. Can't get anything else past.
The eyes and the posturing.
Yeah. Yes.
So Cass goes on to say that, like, you know, when he was taken over by the Leviathan, I caused a lot of suffering on Earth, and I devastated heaven. I vaporized thousands of mankind. I can't go back. And he's like, what? Because the angels will kill you? And he's like, no, because if I see what heaven's become, I might end myself. I was just like, oh no, Cass.
Like,
no.
I wanted to see Dean's follow up to that, because, like,
yeah,
if anyone understands how he's feeling, is Dean. Like, we've seen that.
God, yeah.
And, like, for Sam to interrupt this moment, I know it's not his fault. Like, it's the writing. But, like, I wanted to see Dean never gets to finish, like, a thought with Cass. Like, there's always, just between them, there's always these things left unsaid, and they're always interrupted, or, like, something happens, and it's just so frustrating.
Yep.
Because, like, the only thing that Dean could say in that moment is that he understands, and I think that's too honest for Supernatural, almost, for him to say that. Yeah.
Because, like, how many times have we seen Dean exhibit this exact behavior?
Right.
That, like, he will self-destruct because of the damage, I say damage in quotation marks, he caused.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, he didn't. 9 times out of 10, it was never his fault.
Yeah. And, like, in this case, it kind of is Cass's fault. Let's be real.
No.
He did all those things. But he's been forgiven by Dean and by Sam. And they're here for him now. And I think he needs to hear those words of comfort. But, like, he doesn't get them. And this is why other things happen in this season.
Yeah.
I know.
The things that should have been... we had the same problem with Bobby and Dean talking about Sam in season 6. We had the exact same problem.
Yeah.
Where instead of being interrupted, like, Sam would overhear the bad parts of the conversation, not hear the good parts. And, like, Cass needs to hear the good parts.
Yeah, but without miscommunication, what story is there?
Yeah, right, that's true. That's true. True. What do you mean they got along happily?
I know. This isn't Star Trek.
Right. So yeah, Sam comes in and says, hey, I got something, and Cass is like, good, excellent, like, really wants to get over whatever moment they just had. So Sam's done his research on this black hole guy, and they found evidence of 3 other occasions where something around the area of a robbery, there were wacky things happening at the same time. So where Gary's heart blew from his chest, people had seen, like, a lump growing out of someone's forehead, or a kid seeing birds or hearing birds when he walked into a wall. So, like, 50 yards around each robbery, it was like living in a cartoon. Yeah. But it didn't really last long. It was like 5 to 10 minutes. And Cass is like, so about the length of time a thief could get in and out. But it's an AoE effect. I'm like, I was like, oh, area of effect. But I was like, oh, AoE.
Yeah, I immediately thought the same thing. Don't worry, we're both massive nerds.
Yeah. Because he's not controlling it. And I do love the fact that Dean's like, so this Animaniac, which I love that show.
I love the Animaniacs. I think it's one of my favourite, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, it's so good. Can step through walls and toss an anvil. But it's like they're warping reality to do that. Yeah. So essentially what they're really looking for is not even anything like monsterish. They're just looking for a thief.
Yeah, exactly that.
That's what it boils down to. And basically all of the safety deposit box that he was after was somebody who lives at a retirement home called Sunset Fields, which feels very on the nose for a retirement. Like your son's...
You can't put sunset in the name, guys. You can't do it.
No, not at all. They're going to go to the retirement home, and Dean says...
All right, well, let's gear up. It's wabbit season.
I don't think you pronounced that correctly.
Oh. So good.
It was very, very good.
Yeah.
So they get to the retirement home, and like the Dean's reaction to the old guy walking past him, rude. Absolutely
like
rude.
Old people. I don't know what to say.
I guess because he never thought he would get old, maybe, so he doesn't understand the concept of aging. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if he's acted like this before. I think it's like it's his like germ phobia as well. I feel.
Oh yeah.
And just that, yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it's very. The thing is, like, it's also a very Dean reaction. I didn't really question why he was doing that, because it was just like, oh yeah, of course. Like, Dean's just weird around people.
Yeah. Maybe because he's not used to being around people with experience too, so they're like, oh, he's gonna clock my shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sam does say, come on, it's not that bad, and Dean just goes on to say, you can't tell me this joint doesn't give you the heaves and or jeebs.
I'm using that. That's a good one.
Yeah. That's so good. So a doctor approaches them, Mahoney, and he runs the facility. He's just very open with them, because they just say, we want to question your residence, and he's like, doesn't ask them why or anything. He just lets them go do that.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, he does ask why. He says, and they say grand larceny. And like, I feel like you would need more than that than just go talk to people. I don't know. It just seems odd. I know he's the bad guy, but like,
it seems odd. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. It was way too easy. So they're going to go do that, and Dean ends it by saying, well, let's do this. No flirting, you two. Because he knows that,
He knows.
The old ladies.
Yeah. Love Sam. They love a bit of Sam.
They do love a bit of Sam. And apparently Cass.
Apparently.
Because
he's got a sweet little face.
That's true. That's very true. Because the woman's like staring at Cass lovingly. It's like, oh, you're so pretty, Charles. And Cass is like, that's not my name. It's like, oh, you look so much like my third husband. And basically, like, she tells him that she stored her diamonds under the floorboards, and like you can tell that like she's just a sweet old lady who may have some memory issues, who has spoken about things to people that shouldn't be over here. Dean tries to get more information of like, oh, have you felt anything strange, cold spots, smells?
Well, there's the cat.
Cat?
He talks sometimes. Really hates that mouse.
I'll interrogate the cat.
Great.
And that's what Cass does. We then cut to this old man who's like just sat vacantly at a table with food in front of him, and like a orderly comes over and takes it away. I don't know, this isn't the same actor, but the way that he's like dressed and like his just everything about it reminded me of like who they cast as the first Gormagon from Bones. I don't know if you remember that from way back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
And like he like hisses at them when they find him. I was just like, if this guy turns around and hisses at somebody, I'm gonna scream.
I don't.
But he doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, I know what you mean though. That's
It's just as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it's the Gormagon.
Yeah.
And the orderly goes up to Sam's like, it's creepy, right? Well, you know, a lot of these people, they just tune out and live in their own heads. It's like maybe the real world is too much for them, and they just run and hide. Again, this is the trigger for his next flashback.
Makes a bit more sense.
So it's all about like, not living in reality. But it's like Sam was trying to build himself a new reality. Is it just like a way of being like, well, if you tried it, well, we do know this. Like trying to be anything but a hunter will end in heartbreak.
Yeah, I guess like his flashbacks, they're kind of like been about lies, and hiding, and he's flashing back to a time where he's almost like reminiscing on like, I was lying and hiding during this time.
But he really wasn't.
Right.
Like he kind of was fine. He kind of was, right?
Yeah.
He was running from the fact that like everything was gone.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think it was this extreme. Like he wasn't living in his own head. He wasn't living in a dreamland. He was hoping that, you know, there would be some sort of success for him outside of hunting.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's bad.
He's very like gothic heroine, you know, who's...
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
If Sam had a fainting couch, like, he would use it. So...
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah, it's true.
he's almost seeing it through whatever the opposite of like rose-colored glasses are. Like he's almost seeing it in like a bad light of like, oh, this was the time when I was lying to myself that I could be normal, when like really he was just like chilling with his girlfriend.
Yeah. Me and our dad.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the flashback where we meet the bowl of spaghetti.
Plain spaghetti. It's horrible. It
And
looks
hot dogs.
horrible.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that they don't like that you don't see them dishing it out and you don't see anyone eating it.
No. No one was eating that.
So Amelia
Soup's on and semi-edible.
You remember.
Dad was in the army, so we moved around a lot when I was a kid. Having spaghetti and hot dogs our first night in a new house was sort of a tradition.
I don't think this is the first night into their house, so you like I said, you can change your traditions, man. Change
You
them
don't
up.
have to eat spaghetti and hot dogs. It's okay.
Yeah. No. And Sam thinks this is like a moment to like connect with the dad because he was also in the military. And he says, my father was in the Marines. So he's like, oh, Jarhead, huh? And Sam's like proudly lists off what his whatever rank was.
Yeah.
And again, Stan, I see what you mean.
Right.
Sam
and Stan. Yeah.
Amelia's dad makes another like a derivative comment about it all.
Like he doesn't know that like Sam's dad is like dead. So and
Right.
he still makes this comment.
Well, I mean, Sam says my father was in the Marines.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that kind of gives it away, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's very, very insensitive.
I think so.
And Amelia tries to like play it off, like, because he says, "Oh, I'm just an old grunt." He's like, "Yeah, you're an old grunt." I'm like, okay, that's not how you stand up for your partner. So Amelia's dad's like, "Oh, she told me that you served. That you never served." And he's like, "Well, I can tell by the look in your eye that you've seen some shit." Essentially, It's like,
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, fine.
He's not wrong, I guess.
Right, but like, it's just the way that he talks to Sam. I just don't like the disrespect.
I know.
The disrespect, which this kind of plays into what Sam was saying at the beginning of the season when he comes back, that he wants something to like show that he existed because of people like him.
Yeah. See, I was this guy, and there's a guy who clearly was in the military, but says he hadn't served. I'd be like, oh shit, is this guy like special forces? Like, I wouldn't be like making jokes. I'd be like, oh wait, maybe he's, been a spy or like done on special. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just feel like you don't need to be this hostile to people.
No, and he may not even be like, you can't assume people's backgrounds either, because it may not even be that like what's to say that Sam didn't literally grow up in a war zone,
Well, you don't know.
You don't know. Exactly. I mean, besides the accent and everything, but that's fine. Like, you can learn an accent.
Exactly. You don't know anybody's story, where people are coming from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Amelia's dad is basically saying like, you have this look of someone who's just trying to hold on to something until they get their feet on solid ground. And Sam says like, so you think I'm just like holding on? See, I don't understand why he's so against like this a support system.
Yeah.
It might not be a great support system, but it is one.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than her spiraling. No?
Yeah. I guess he's trying to protect his daughter, thinking that like Sam's using her for emotional support and not thinking that she's getting anything out of it. But like she clearly is, or she wouldn't be there at this point. And they seem happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It does. Like, yeah, you're right. What's the problem with them both working things out together? And like, if it gets toxic, then step in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's been no evidence of that yet.
No.
At least from Sam's side. From her side, it's been awful.
Yeah.
If anything, it should be like, you want to be with my daughter? She's giving you some attitude. Like,
Yeah. There's so many red flags. Like, she's not standing up for him either. And like,
No.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't have anybody speak to my husband like that in my house.
Also, the story that he tells later on
Yeah.
about like a childhood memory, absolutely the worst story to tell. What are you doing?
Yep.
I was I hated it. I was just like, you are an abusive piece of poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it. He's trying to say something. I don't care what he's trying to say, but he does ask Sam, like, what are you running from? Yeah. And the flashback ends. So we're back in Sunset Fields, and Sam hasn't found anything witchy or EMF-like, and most of the people don't remember being robbed.
Yeah.
Again, because a lot of them probably have illnesses. As Sam is like looking at this board of like residents that are there, he sees the name Fred Jones, and Sam's like, oh, do you remember Fred Jones from our kid, like when we were kids? It's like very convenient.
Oh yeah, so convenient.
Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah. Dean's like, oh yeah, he gave me my first beer. I don't think I was double digits. And he's like, yeah, me too. Like, you were surrounded by some bad influences. How many people have given you beers before you're like even prepubescent?
I think I probably drank my first taste of beer, like not a full beer, at like 8.
No, I was not that young.
No.
I was like 14.
And then I was like, this is gross. I'm never drinking. So it did its job. For a while.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they revealed that he was psychic. Psychokinetic.
Yes.
I don't know why they made this distinction, but
It's like Jean Grey, not Dr. Xavier.
yeah, fine. So he's a resident of this place.
Yeah.
They go over to Cass, and Cass is interrogating the cat.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I've almost cracked him. And so they all leave, and then it cuts to the cat, and he says, dumbass.
Love that.
Of course the cat can talk. Of course the cat can talk. So they enter in a room, and there's cartoons playing on the TV, and Fred is just sat there vacantly staring at the TV, not really understanding what's going on around them. Sam tries to introduce himself, but there's nothing.
Yeah.
Dean tries to turn off the TVs to see if they can at least like get his attention. I hate that he claps at the guy.
Yeah.
Don't clap at
No,
people.
that's no. No.
No.
Condescending.
So you really think this one man is causing all of these shenanigans?
I love the fact that he like pauses on the word shenanigans.
Like he wasn't quite sure it was the right context of the word. He was like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do it anyway.
And he's gonna experiment to see if it's true. So he like takes a book and like smacks his head on it, and like you hear this clang sound and birds noises. Then he shakes his head and does the like whoop kind of noise. Or like he goes brr. So yes, Fred is the one who is causing all of these issues, and they're going to try and find an off switch.
Yeah.
And Dean Castor says, do we kill him?
I mean, fair question.
Yeah. I mean, in most situations, the answer would be yes. But the fact that he was once considered family, as we know, that means no.
Exactly.
No, you don't kill him. You don't kill him.
If they didn't know this guy, he'd be dead already.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. They'd wheel him out and take him out back. Yep. So the doctor who runs the facility walks in and is like, did you just threaten to kill one of my patients? And like they're getting kicked out.
Yeah, but fair.
Dean's like, real smooth, Cass. Cass is like, well, we don't have to move him. I can just like teleport him. And Sam's like, no, that's a bad idea. You don't know what would happen if you zapped him, because he's changing reality, so you could end up somewhere else.
Yeah, like who knows.
So Cass is going to stay behind invisible, and Sam and Dean are going to come back later on in the night when everybody's basically gone home. Yeah. So we cut to some point later in the day, and we see there's like a party going on, and like they light a candle. It's a big candle. And Fred is like flicking through the TV channels until he gets to the cartoons. You can see his fingers like flicking, as if he's got a remote, but he doesn't actually have one. He's just doing it with his mind. So he does have some control over it. And it's a Woody the Woodpecker episode where like he's lit a stick of dynamite and they're about to. Like, they're not singing Happy Birthday because I don't think you're actually allowed to sing Happy Birthday on TV.
Oh, really?
It's like copyrighted or something. Yeah, something it's weird.
Yeah, that's funny.
But they're all like celebrate, like, haha, it's so good to see this cake. And then like at the same time that the dynamite explodes on TV, the candle also explodes the cake and it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
It looks very much like the beginning of this episode, but pink with cake.
Yeah. It could have been worse. It could have actually been like, dynamite. It just exploded the cake, which was good.
Mrs. Tate.
Yeah. So they're back investigating. You know, one of the nurses is helping the lady they were talking to previously, like wipe her face with the cake. And Dean then arrives to talk to Cass. He's like, "Oh, you got my message, good." Cass says that. Mm-hmm. Dean's like, "What happened?" And Cass explains there was a pastry mishap, which I love. And then Sam like also jogs in. And they're like, hey, hi everybody, we're all here now, hi, for like a second.
Yeah.
And Sam explains that Fred's gone. Dean says, "Oh, fan freaking tastic, way to take your eye off the ball." Like, and he says this to Cass because he was supposed to be watching Fred. The nurse who was cleaning up Mrs. Tate, the older lady, walks towards him and says, "You're not supposed to be here." And as she kind of goes past them, the old lady says, Mrs. Tate, I shouldn't just call her old lady. Mrs. Tate says, "Charles, she's wearing my diamonds." Cass stops her, grabs her arm and says those are her diamonds. And where did she get them? Mm-hmm. She explains her boyfriend gave them to her. So they go find the boyfriend. He's in this like beat up room. And as they go in, they find the bearer bonds. I don't know what these are. Money.
Yeah, they're just like, some form of money that's like really good. I don't know.
Some money. And they think they found their thief, but this guy is like on the floor, hands to his stomach, bleeding. Luckily, they have an angel with them. So Cass heals this guy. I was expecting him to be like tired after, but he seemed fine. Mm-hmm. He does the whole Healy thing. He's an orderly, this guy at the care home, and he's like, "How did you?" Yeah. Dean just says, "Guy eats his Wheaties." Like, come on, and they help him up. So this guy's still questioning what happened. Like, my guy wouldn't even be questioning at this point. Like, you got stabbed in the stomach, and now you're not stabbed in the stomach anymore. Like, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
I think he got shot in the stomach.
Oh, shot in the stomach.
Yeah.
They asked about Fred Jones, and he's like, "He took him," and they say, "Who?" And then it cuts to a van. I guess they're in a van, and because Fred's still in his wheelchair, and he's got like cartoons on an iPad essentially. Mm. It cuts over with the orderly explaining that Dr. Mahoney's evil, and we see that the guy driving the car is Dr. Mahoney, convenient, and that he's using Fred to rob places. Yeah. The orderly explains some more exposition on this. Basically, like, they noticed that Fred was doing cartoon stuff. Then he told the doctor, and the doctor started like doing kind of experiments to see what he could do. And then, like, this guy's been stealing from old people for years. What a scumbag! And now he's just decided to up his game using Fred to make the bubble of weirdness. The orderly guy was like worried essentially. So because I think previously they'd been doing stuff that were like fairly harmless, like just robbing places. But then he dropped an anvil on that guard, the cake blew up, and like the doctor is kind of like freaked out essentially that things were escalating. So he's on his way to the bank for one last score, and then he's going to get rid of Fred because he's a loose end. And like the orderly found a conscience and was like, "I like Fred, I don't want him to die." So he tried to go and save him, but he got shot.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And that's the news today. So Dean, Cass and Sam go to the Impala. They think about like how cognizant Fred is of like the situation. And they kind of agree that he's not. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. Which I think it's almost them working out whether he deserves to be saved or not. And that's kind of awful. Yeah. So, because Dean says, it seems to me like the dude's living in a dream world. And then like, whoa. Like Sam goes back into another flashback again.
Yep.
Same kind of, you're living a lie. This is a dream. Ah. Amelia was never real.
I mean, honestly, they could have just played into that more.
They should have done, because like all of this leans towards the fact that he was just making it up. And he's reminiscing about a made-up thing because he's lying about it living in his head and running away from things. I mean, she's not real, is she? Come on.
No, exactly. She was a top all along.
All along. Or he was in a gin for a year.
Yeah, it's true.
So Amelia's clearing dishes. Sam is washing them. At least he's doing something. I was a bit like, she can't do the dishes by herself. That's fine. And Stan and Amelia are talking to each other as she's doing her jobs. Stan's gonna try and talk her out of being with Sam. He's just like, if Don could see you. And she's like, no, don't. He's trying to convince her to come home. She doesn't want to. And Stan says, like, you know, you're living in a dream world. And obviously, Sam can hear all of this, so he wouldn't remember it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not talking quietly.
They're not talking
They're not
quietly.
talking quietly.
They're having this, like, full-blown argument in front of Sam, essentially. Amelia explains, like, I like it here. I like this house. I like Sam. And Stan, Amelia's dad, says, Sam is a mess. And she's saying what we were saying, like, you know, she says, I'm a mess too. Like, I'm happy. And, like, she hasn't been happy in a really long time. And he should give her a chance, or give them a chance. And they all kind of go into the kitchen to be next to Sam. Stan kind of gives an olive branch in like that he's offering to dry the dishes, and then asks about the Impala, and Sam explains that it was his dad's, and Stan says guy had good taste for a jarhead. Sam doesn't really like respond to that. It's like, I don't know, he kind of, it says, I didn't really notice this, it's very subtle when he does it, that he's like testing for reality in the way that Sam does.
Yeah.
You know, is he testing that because Amelia's dad's being nice to him, you know? Or is he testing the whole thing? So we don't really know the answer to that because the flashback ends. And I don't feel like they really talks about it again of like, I never knew if it was real or not. See, this is what I mean.
Well, the flashback ends because he touches his hand.
I mean, it was never real, guys. This is my absolute theory on this. She was never real. Lee, see, he's like testing himself to see if she's real.
Yep.
Because she's not. That's why everything's a little bit blurry in these flashbacks and weirdly lit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Sam's mind broke, right? He lost Dean. He lost everybody. And his mind broke and he made up a girl with a dog. Like, come on.
He was just living in Rufus's cabin for the last year.
Yeah. Or just driving around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really believe this. Like, it's otherwise the story is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good.
At least it's more interesting.
That is more interesting. Like, it's not real. And like Sam finally, you know, and then he got brought back to reality by Dean. We love that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Yeah. It's all good. Anyway, back to the case. Dean, Sam and Cass get out of the Impala and it's nighttime. They're trying to find the bank that this guy's going to rob. And eventually they find a big black hole in the wall. And Dean puts his hand in the hole. You could not even like catch me doing that. What if it suddenly stopped being a hole and now you just got your hand in a building?
Stuck in a wall. Yeah.
No thanks. He thinks it's hilarious and he says awesome because he says that word a lot.
Of course. Like, he wants to live in a cartoon world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he kind of does.
He does live in a cartoon world. He lives in a comic book, I feel, more than anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Did they ever make supernatural comics? If they didn't, why not? I feel like they must have done one. I feel like they must have.
Well, I mean, I guess they looked at what happened with Buffy when they tried to do a comic, and it just, didn't really take off.
Yeah.
After, and like, I'm sure somebody's done like a fan version. I just don't think they've done an official version.
There are definitely fan versions around for sure. But yeah, surprised I never did. So they have books. They're supernatural books. So
and I mean, an animated TV show. So
comic books are only one tiny step away from those things. Yeah. Sam and Cass are on the case though, and they're going around. I don't even know what they're quite looking for. I guess they're looking for Fred.
They're looking for Fred.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just assumed he'd have to be in the bank, and I don't know why. But they find Fred.
I mean, it's harder to get someone in and out of a building.
You're right. If the bubble's big enough, I think that's probably fine.
No.
You're correct. They find Fred with his iPad watching cartoons. Sam tries to sort of like wake him up. I don't think that's going to work. And he's like, I could just talk to him. But then Cass is like, I can help with this, and just like zaps. No discussion about what he's going to do.
Nope.
And Sam's like, what?
Sam even just, wait. What are we doing?
So they go inside. Well, no, they don't. You don't really see what happens. It's just like a very bright light, really.
Yeah.
Into the next scene.
Mm-hmm. Which is, they're in like Roadrunner territory.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's a desert road, and Sam's looking around real confused. I do like what they did with this. Like they kind of made their faces like distorted in a kind of way.
Yeah.
Where like they're like clearly in like a white room somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just, it looks very different to their normal like setup. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Sam asks where they are, and Cass says, well, inside Mr. Jones's mind. You said you wanted to talk to him, so here we are. So Fred eventually shows up, and he's talking to them and asking who they are. And Sam introduces himself as Sam, and he's like, John's boy. He's like, the scrawny one. And he's like, okay, yeah, fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. It's been, 3 or 4 years since I've seen you? And Sam's like, no, more like 20. And as they're talking, like the room changes from this landscape to more of a box. Like before it looked like expansive, and now it's like a small box with like no signal.
Yeah, like TV static.
Graphics on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. If you've seen it, then you don't really get that image anymore because there's the channel going all the time. Like when they used to shut off TV.
I loved our old
programming.
Do you know what? Like, there's something that you can't replicate with like an old CRT television, that when you turn it on, there's like this almost like static layer over the screen, and if you touch it, it like zaps you. I really missed that from my childhood, that like static zap. You could like feel it with your hand, and it was just awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Things these kids these days, they don't know.
Yeah. And it's probably like, radiation poisoning, but it's okay.
It's okay, it's just electrons. It's all good. Not gonna hurt you.
Yeah. So Fred is asking like how they got there. So we get to the bank, and we see the doctor who's emptying out a whole bunch of safety deposit boxes. Like you see all these like little black holes everywhere. And like, honestly, I thought they were going to, again, lean more into the cartoony part of it, where you know how they like find like a vault and it's all coins and everything. I thought they're going to have like a crown on his head and like things all over his arms, like trying to pack everything.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. Again, style would have been, anyway, it's okay. And Dean just says, "What's up, Doc?" I love it.
So good.
I love it. So going back into Fred's mind, they've clearly explained a bit more. He says, "No, you're lying." And Cass says, "This is happening, Mr. Jones. They're using you." And he's like, "So what? They're using me as a damn psychic copper top?" I don't know what a copper top is.
No, I don't know either.
You plug me in, and the whole thing goes whack, and the world goes wacky. It doesn't work that way. And Sam kind of bluntly says, "Well, how would you know? It's not like you're spending time in the real world. You're more stuck in your head." This episode's actually pretty heavy because obviously we had the guy who like threw himself off a building, and then Cass saying that like if he found out what his consequences were, he wanted to end himself, and then this guy saying like, "Do you know what it's like for someone with my mind to lose it?"
Yeah,
and like the ramifications of that. So back in the bank vault. The doctor's trying to be like, hey, you know, if you let me go, half of this is yours. Like, he believes that. He's going to get shot in the back if he takes that deal.
Yeah, 100%.
And Dean's like, no, I think I'm going to pass. Like, I'm not stealing from sweet old ladies. Morals, Dean. Morals. But you'll steal from a dragon.
You will.
Not a sweet old
I
lady.
would steal from a dragon, but not a sweet old lady, so I got it.
Yeah. The doctor says, I'm not stealing from them. I'm stealing from their kids, little bastards. Think they can just drop them off and visit twice a year. You know, I took care of all of these old geezers. I deserve this.
Yeah.
You're a doctor. Go find a different career path.
Yeah.
Come on,
the entitlement.
Yeah, exactly. So they start to fight, and like Dean's gonna shoot the guy, and as he does pull the trigger, a flag falls out that says bang.
What a shot this is. Like the way they shoot it from like above, and then it kind of comes towards the camera. I love this. The direction on this episode, that's what I mean. Like, haven't really spoken about it a lot, but some of the shots are just so good. Like, and this is one of them. It's just like a screenshot. When you make something that's like, oh yeah, I could screenshot that and look great. Like, I love it.
Well, I guess we found out what the art of this episode is going to be. And the doctor's like, welcome to the funhouse. So they're back in Fred's mind, and Fred's explaining that, you know, he used to love cartoons. They made me feel safe. There was something like that. And then Sam continues his sentence saying something to hold on to. We go back into the bank, and they're doing like, they're running, and does like pauses.
Yeah.
And that gives them little titles.
That's a Roadrunner bit.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roadrunner bit. And so there's this whole bunch of different like cartoon references. So Dean gets hit with a pan to the face, leaves an imprint. He falls to the ground, and like he hears noises, and the doctor's like, give up, I've been dealing with this crazy for months. You're an idiot to bring a gun into a gag fight. And then like, oh, okay. I thought Dean held up this like a giant marker. I didn't realize it was a spray can.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a pipe bomb to start with. And I was like, wait, that escalated things really quickly. Why did you bring that, Dean? And then I realized what it was. I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, because it's just a spray can. He's marked the spot X. Like, why give that away? I guess he doesn't really want to kill him in this way. With an anvil.
I mean, I don't think he knew he was going to get out of the way, so...
I guess so. So he's done X marks the spot. The doctor like manages to miss the giant anvil. Back into Fred's mind, and they're trying to convince him to stop like all of this happening, take control. And then we get this speech from Sam.
It can be nice living in a dream world. It can be great. I know that.
Some of this we get focused on Sam saying this, but it also goes to Cass as well, like realizing that like what Sam is saying is very true, and that he has to face his own consequences. So yeah, Sam is saying, and you can hide and you can pretend, you know, all the crap out there doesn't exist, but you can't do it forever, because eventually whatever you're running from, it will find you.
Yeah.
It'll come along and it'll punch you in the gut, and then you gotta wake up. Because if you don't, then trying to keep that dream alive will destroy you.
So, like, Cass's dream world is being a hunter with Sam and Dean, and Sam's like, no, face reality.
Pretty much. That's really sweet. That is so sweet that Cass's dream is to just be a hunter with his boys.
He should have been allowed to when he was a human.
At least for one more episode.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
Poor
sad.
Cass. This made me really sad, actually.
Yep. So then it changes. The room lights up again, like really, really, really white, like it did as they were going into the mind of Fred. We then cut back to the bank, and the doctor tries to go through one of the holes, but he just runs into the wall.
Yes.
And Dean says, looks like someone turned off boob tube. I don't know what that is.
They used to call a TV like a boob tube. Like,
okay.
as in like like the old meaning of like boob is in like dumb person. That I don't like use the word dumb. As like the old meaning of boob as in like not very smart person. So you'd watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yes,
idiot box.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one. Yep. And the doctor's like, good, then I can use this. And he like pulls out his gun. And Fred, like they show up, Fred's standing, he's very cognizant of what's going on. He's like, you're not going to hurt anyone ever again. And he makes him turn the gun on himself.
Wow.
That's dark. Like I said, this is a funny episode, but it's also super dark.
It's super dark. But like, he has been using him against his will to do bad things to people.
Yeah. I mean, he used him to kill someone too.
Like, so. I'm not saying anybody deserves that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I like, is Fred justified? No, probably not either. Like,
yeah.
But.
Yeah. And like Dean's like flippant comment of like, that's all folks.
Oh my god, my guy. No. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. It's quite shocking for Supernatural. But is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's making a joke of it.
Yeah.
But then like they make a joke of everything. So it really shouldn't be like that bad. But there was just something about it that was just like, I think part of the reason why is also they don't show it. Like they show him turning the gun on himself, but like the shot is not shown. There's something about that makes it feel worse.
Because they can't show it because of standards. That's what I mean. Like it does.
Right, obviously.
But like,
it
does kind of make it worse because you're like, oh yeah, they just watched the guy shoot himself, and then Dee made a joke about it. Like, okay, and I do think like this is something unique to Andrew Dabb, and his writing.
Yes, yeah,
because I think, as good as this episode is and like as fun as it is and like the cartoon stuff, you're right, it's so dark in places. And I do think that he brings out that like dark side of Supernatural, but like it's only when you stop to think about it, like, why is this funny? You know what I mean? Like why is that like last line funny? Because they just watch a guy shoot himself and like a psychokinetic guy made him do it against his will. Like what? Like, it would have been more like poetic justice to get half stuck in like one of those black holes, right? As we were saying, like it suddenly switches off, and he's just like gone or whatever. But like, it's, and I do feel like, Dad particularly turns like serious moments into a bit of a joke sometimes. I'm interested to see because he turns up more and more as a writer in Supernatural now until he becomes showrunner. So. And
dark.
Dark. I'm like, oh, got the shivers now.
Yeah, no.
And then we're just gonna go into and like
we're gonna have to put a warning on the front of this episode.
Then we just got to go into the last scene. Like, it's fine now. We won.
Yeah, right.
It's all good, guys. So they're still in the bank, and Sam's checking in with Fred, and he's like, "Oh, now I'm good now." But like in a month or a year, like nobody gets sharp with age, and I'm gonna lose control again, and someone's gonna get hurt again. You gotta make it stop. So he's asking them to like kill him. But Cass has another solution. He says, be painful, and when it's over, I'm not sure how much of you will be left. And Fred agrees. He's like, what are we waiting for? So we go back to the retirement home, and we see Fred sitting in a wheelchair. Sam, Dean, and Cass are with him. Sam's asking if he's okay, and Cass just says he's listening to Ode to Joy. And you can see on Fred's face that he looks quite peaceful, like he closes his eyes and he's listening to the music. And he's just like, okay, well, let's blow this termite terrace. My guy.
Again, like...
so insensitive.
Guess you could ride shotgun, you done good.
Oof. I don't believe Cass is
an upgrade.
Full for that, because like I'd be in that car.
Oh yeah.
But Cass doesn't want to go, and then he's like, I can't come. And he gets snapped into Naomi's office.
Yep.
And she says, "Hello, Cassiel," but no. And he's like, "No." He says, "I see what you're thinking, and I won't allow it." Cass, he took Sam's words to heart. He says, "I've been trying to pretend I can escape what I did in heaven, but I can't. All that pain I caused, I have to come back and make things right." And she says, well, you are, by doing what you're told. And like, bottom line is, unless I ring my bell, stay out of heaven, Castiel. And when he asks what he should do, she says, what do you want to do?
Sorry, what a quick thing.
Yeah.
Unless I ring my bell, you stay out of heaven, Castiel. Why is that not in a song?
We need it. Little rhyming.
We need it in a song.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, there's just the way, like, in the actual episode, it didn't really click, but like now I'm like, yeah, that could be some like something. Anyway, sorry.
I had hope for this scene that she was going to order him to stay with Sam and Dean. Because wasn't the whole point that he was spying on them?
Yeah, that was what we were told last time. But I wonder if it's more like give Cass like an objective.
Yeah.
That he will follow rather than like you need to do as I say in your day to day. I don't know.
I was a bit confused about that because I was like, wait, we were told that he was like specifically spying on them, and now she's just like, do what you want, just don't come to heaven.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because like they've lost half the tablet. Like they're kind of useless right now.
Yeah, like Cass knows where Kevin is though, and Heaven don't really do anything with that information.
That's true.
Like I don't know what or they don't use him to save Samandriel, but like that's kind of in character for Heaven, right? They don't really actually care about their own.
True.
I don't know. It's just like, yeah. I just thought this was weird and it was a bit jarring because like it's literally last episode where they're like, you're spying on them.
No.
So it's just because I want Cass out the way because he's too OP. Sad.
Yeah.
So he blinks back in. Sam asks like what he's gonna do, and he's like, why can't you come with us? Castiel wants to stay with Mr. Jones, Fred. He says someone should watch over him for a few days just to be safe.
Okay, and then what?
Then I'm not sure. But I know I can't run anymore.
And that causes Sam to have another flashback. My dude, it's too many in an episode.
Way too many.
Yep.
And for nothing. Like we could have just been one long one.
Yeah. So they come back and Amelia's dad is telling this story about Amelia. He calls her AIM, which, okay. She's playing the Sugar Plum Fairy, and he says she waddles up to the stage, making fun of her being like a chubby kid. Horrendous. Don't like that.
Yep.
And she's got toilet paper on her shoe. Oh no. And Amelia's like, oh no. He's like, you remember that? And she's like, yeah. I bet she does remember that as well. Like,
of course she does.
As in, like, the most horrendous moments of her life. And here she's laughing at it. I hate stuff like that. I hate stuff like that. Don't do it. Don't tell embarrassing.
Don't bring that kind of stuff. Yeah.
You should be, like, again, if you're with your children or whatever and you happen to tell stories about them, they should always put them in a good light. You have to wingman it.
Exactly.
Exactly. You should be wingmanning your children as well. Because, like, they know all the stupid shit they did. You are the keeper of those secrets.
Exactly. And, like, the thing is, like, you get to certain ages where you as a person don't really remember the memory quite clearly, but the feeling is there. So that feeling of like embarrassment is probably like the worst feeling that she's ever had, and that the dad remembers it clearly and like adds detail that doesn't need to be added, calling her fat or chubby. Like no.
It's honestly gross behavior.
Yes.
Anyway, the phone rings to interrupt them. Thank God. It's the only time I've been like ever like, yeah, please interrupt this conversation.
Exactly.
Like Sam and Stan are still getting on fine. Stan opens a beer in the way that Dean did at the beginning of the episode. Everyone look at it.
I don't know why it's so special. Like, is it because he's not doing the twist top and he's using a bottle opener? I don't actually know.
He uses a knife, and like Dean uses a knife.
Oh, okay. And pay attention. Okay.
Sam does his, but he does. Because, My brother used to do that. And he explains it. He lost Dean and that he ran, and like Stan is genuinely sorry about it. Amelia is having the worst phone call of her life in the background of this.
Yeah.
They both eventually turn to look at her, and she's like, "It's Dawn. He's alive." And then Sam's flashback ends. Dean brings Sam back. It's like, "Sam, you with me?" And Sam follows Dean. Meanwhile, we see Cass pull up a chair next to Fred, and they both listen to Ode to Joy as the scene ends in Looney Tunes fashion of like the circle like closing in. Like that. The end.
The end.
So yeah, that was the episode.
Good one, everybody. Yep.
I still like it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I talked myself out of how much I like it in this episode. That normally doesn't happen.
I still like it.
Okay.
It's just, it's got some added context to it of like being darker than I realized. But like, I don't know. I still really enjoy it. I still think it's a good like intro to Supernatural episode, just because of like Misha makes this episode as he always does.
I feel like I didn't talk enough about him, but like his facial expressions in this, the way he like stands next to Dean and Sam, like just always just like slightly too close. It's such like
right.
What Misha does with Cass. Sorry, I like to say it's like it's so subtle. I don't think he gets enough appreciation for it. Of like he's just slightly uncanny, you know.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
you can tell he's just like it's his first day. Right. But like every day is his first day. And I don't know.
Yeah,
it's good.
The thing that, I mean, we'll talk about this in the like wrap up episode, but like this is one of the big blooper moments of where they're walking down the like corridor and he like drops to the floor.
It's so good. Oh yeah, I like that one. There's a few from this actually, I think. Like there's that bit where Jensen's saying like best wife ever, and I think he just can't get it out. That's like I always remember that one from this blooper reel. But yeah, like there's so many good bits from this episode. I think they had fun making this one, which I think you can sometimes tell, especially as the seasons go on in Supernatural and they've been doing this for like so long. I feel like you can tell between episodes sometimes when they like had more fun with it than other ones, or like, you know, pushed a bit harder on it, because some of it's so like they just sink into the characters and just get on with it, I feel. But yeah, I don't know if we've had this side of Cass. Like we obviously used to him like this, but I think this was one of the first episodes where like, oh, he's kind of like funny. It's a bit more like season 4 Cass, where it's a bit awkward. Except they've been through more stuff together, so they have this kind of like relationship. They bounce off each other, that makes him feel more like part of the family.
This is also the first time we've ever seen Cass somewhat relaxed as well.
Yeah.
Because like usually there's always some life-changing, world-altering thing that's happening. Or like, you know, Purgatory, he's trying to redeem himself. Season 6, he's trying to redeem. Well, season 7, he's, you know, not there for most of it. So there's that. But like, you know, he was possessed by a Leviathan. Season 6, he's trying to be a leader.
Yeah.
You know, just there's always something. Whereas now he's just a bit like, I want to remove myself, so I'm gonna have some fun.
I think that's true. Like, I do think it's interesting. When Cass was first introduced, we were like, oh yeah, there's like Sam and Ruby, and then there's Dean and Cass, like the demon and the angel. And now it's like, oh yeah, there's Sam and Amelia and Dean and Cass. 2 people living in a dream world, right? Sam and Cass are doing the same thing here, of like escapism. But then it continues because like later it's like, oh yeah, Sam and Eileen and Dean and just, I don't know. I feel like this is one of the episodes for me where I'm like, if you're giving like your presentation on Destiel to your friends, this is one of the episodes that you like get out as part of your slideshow. Yes. I don't know, it's just there's something about it where I'm like, it feels like they're just like married. It's the like being kind of mean to each other in public. Not that I'm saying that's a healthy thing to do in a marriage, but like sometimes fine. And then like being really serious behind closed doors and like being there for each other. And Dean seeing that Cass wasn't okay and there was something going on and trying to get it out of him. And then Cass actually telling him. It was so refreshing. Dean was like, are you okay? Yes. And Cass was like, no, I'm not, and this is why. And I was like, oh my God. What? Men communicating in Supernatural?
What madness. But, you know, like it was not even ancillary characters, but like, you know, you would hope the brothers would learn that too. Yeah. But they're never going to do that.
Oh, yeah. They do. Like, Dean and Sam ask each other all the time if they're all right. They just lie about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, sometimes they tell the truth, and you're like, oh, and it is like a shocking moment. Like, oh my God, they're talking. But I feel like with Dean and Cass, there's been so many lies between them. Like, Cass hiding stuff from them, and I appreciate the like change in his character of like, actually, I'm just going to tell the truth this time. I don't know. I really like it.
And if he could, he would tell him about what's going on with heaven right now.
He could. He can. He doesn't know. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
I love the lighting in this episode. All of it.
It was just it was a good episode. It was a good day. It was a good time.
They do like a grey cast on them or something when they're in like the morgue looking at the guy, and I was like, oh, this looks like Supernatural. I don't know. I can't explain it.
No, I agree. Yeah. It definitely didn't feel as bright as another episode that we just talked about.
Yeah, even the like flashbacks didn't look as bright.
Yeah.
So
it was because they've gotten rid of Purgatory. They didn't show Purgatory this episode, so they don't have to make it so dark.
You're correct. Wow, that's so true. Yeah. I loved it. That like. I like the cartoon idea. I wish they'd done more. They do fun episodes. I think the pop culture ones are really fun. And there are a few of them, and I do like them. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't really have anything else to say, I don't think.
No, not really.
What's the next episode?
The next week is Citizen Fang. So we're probably back with Benny, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Vampire name.
Can't forget him.
Oh, yeah. How's he going to fit into... Well, no, Cass is not with them anymore, so we don't have to worry about it. Oh, I want Cass and Benny to meet.
Again?
I want some... Yeah, well, yeah. That's it, outside Purgatory. I want that tension between them of like, well, what are we going to do now? I don't know.
I thought you didn't get out, Cass.
That they actually meet back up again. Cass and Benny.
That's a good question. You would know more than I. That's for sure.
I think. This is my brain in the inside going do 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 do. I don't think they do, and I'm pretty.
Which is it's strange.
Yeah.
That is kind of strange that would happen, but at the same time, I don't know. What happens in Purgatory stays in Purgatory.
Yeah, maybe they can't meet. Maybe the sexual tension is just too strong, and they just start making out.
It's too strong. It will explode all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, I might be wrong. I'm just looking at the next few episodes in the character lists. So, possibly. I'll be honest, between now and the finale of season 8, it's just a mush in my brain. Like, yeah. I remember, and this is awful, like, just skipping through a lot of the Benny episodes. I don't know what was wrong with me, guys. I don't know what was wrong with me. Back then I was 20 or whatever.
Well, it's because you want to see Dean and Cass together. Like you didn't want this third person in there mucking it all up.
I didn't know what I was truly missing out on, to be honest. Right. So
exactly.
For me,
we will
to be honest,
it's
also good. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, one last thing. I finally finished my book of notes. I got to start a new book next episode.
New notebook. That is a momentous occasion, to be fair.
It is. I think I've got like 6 notebooks.
That's amazing. I started out with notebooks for this podcast, and now I just put them on scraps of whatever paper I have lying around, like a true professional. I probably should get a new one.
I mean, the only time I look at my notes is for the recaps because they're never in the.
I know.
Like,
it's all here. It's all in the brain. Like, I have my notes.
I have to just write it down for it to stick in my brain.
Yeah, that's how I learned anything.
Yeah.
That's how I did all my exams. I just have to write it down, and then I'll remember it forever. It's a blessing and a curse.
Awesome. Well, you're doing the beginning of the ending.
I am, yes. So, at the end of the episode, we'd like to thank our friend and yours, the Pixel Agora, for his wonderful logo art. Purgatory. This is the season. This is the season of this art. So if you like it on a thermos for tea, you can get it from Brown Redbubble. And if you want to come say hi to us, talk about this episode or any other episode, come say hi on our social media. We are Escaping Purgatory Podcast on everything. Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, or we're just Escaping Podcast on Bluesky because it's shorter. So come say hi.
Yeah. Awesome. So this week we watched some cartoons, we watched some anvils fall and get squished somebody, which was kind of traumatic. So hopefully next week we can find our way out.
Bye.
Bye.
Love it.